have the ball position in your stance. Okay, it's really important because a lot of golfers don't get this correct. And the reason why this has to be correct is it can cause several things to happen. It can cause mishits, it can cause you to strike behind the ball, because if the ball's too far back, for example, you try to catch up and lean back on it, try and get the loft on the club. It can cause swing path issues, it can cause angle of attack issues, having too far forward can cause the shoulders to open too much, come across it and so on. So you've got to get the ball in the correct position, and it's got to be accurate every single time. Now, the best way to practice this so you get familiar with it is to lay clubs either down on the ground or use alignment sticks like I've done here, and you make a cross shape, all right? And you want one which represents your target line, for example, and then the one that goes between your feet. This helps you to locate where it should be, because sometimes what your eyes see, it looks correct, but it might not be, if that makes sense, all right? Now, ideally, we want the ball to be positioned at a point which is at the lowest point of our swing. What's the lowest point of my swing? It's when my left arm is fully extended and I'm in my impact position, all right? Now, that would normally be when my left hip is pushing back and my left arm extends, and that's generally in a position round about in the area of my left chest area. If I hung a club down here, that's generally where the ball would be positioned, all right? And that's where I'd want it to be. That's a good way to test it on the golf course, all right? Put the clubs down, put the sticks down or the clubs down, and that way you're going to be accurate every single time. With the driver, it's up opposite your left heel, okay, or even off your left toe if needs be, depending on the angle of attack that you need to create. With a mid-iron, from long irons to mid-irons, even hybrids or fairway woods, we want it just opposite, sort of about a club head or so from the centre of your stance, or a club head so from the left heel, if that makes sense. So it's opposite that left chest. If it's your short irons, your wedges, your feet come closer together anyway, but you generally will have the ball positioned somewhere in the middle, all right? That's where I want it to be, all right? So 3 positions to look at. Opposite left heel for your driver, okay, opposite the left chest or just slightly left of center with your irons. On your short irons, feet coming closer anyway, and it'll be somewhere in the middle.